Welcome to our online graduation celebration. This year, for the second year in a row, we have had a statistical tie for our Valedictorian Award. We will have two valedictorians this year, Anaelle Rock and Ziming Tom Gao. They will present their speeches to you. Following our valedictorians, you will hear special messages from our faculty and from student leaders. Please enjoy.
Greetings, Board of Trustees, Mr. Crane, faculty, treasured family, friends, and the graduating class of 2020. I'm honored to be speaking to you today as the co-valedictorian of the class of 2020. The Stony Brook School will always hold a special place in my heart for many reasons. First and foremost, I will miss the most influential teacher to me at this school, Mr. Winston. Since my first year here, my borderline obsession with engineering and programming caught his attention, and to this day we have spent hundreds, if not thousands, of hours together. We shared and discussed our eureka moments. We went off on crazy tangents and made grand plans everywhere, in advisory sessions, in canis, before, during, and after dinner, in classes that he created just for us, in surprise phone calls at 7:30 in the morning, and mostly in the STEM lab. Even on weekends when the lab was supposedly closed, Mr. Winston would always say, "Side door open," and we would work on robotics until who knows when. There are no words to express my full gratitude, but it has been my utmost privilege to work with Mr. Winston in my time at SBS. I will miss the days I have had with the number 10 First Tech Challenge robotics team worldwide. Team 10738, the Stony Brook Bears. This is where I found my calling, to use my skills for something meaningful. Well, sure, we've had our share of friction, disagreements, heated arguments, people walking out in frustration, and I used to always put on my headphones because of how distracting their shouting and joking were. But as we spent year after year together, I learned to love these things that made them teammates, my teammates, and came to cherish these distractions every time I came into the lab. As time went on, we always surprised each other with exceptional designs and solutions, and when a day turned sour, there was always someone to lift the mood with laughter. And when we smashed a record and won our ticket to the next competition, the thrills and cheers and wild group hugging was something truly irreplaceable. I'm unbelievably proud of this team of world champions, of family, of people who will always be dear to my heart. I will miss the fascination that each and every class brought me. In Mr. Hickey's and Mr. Burns' AP History lessons, I've found an entirely different mindset fascinated in the forces driving past, present, and future nations. In Mrs. Stone's and Mr. Johnson's AP English classes, I was and still am encouraged to exercise my literary mind that brings you this speech today. In Mr. Jeffrey's photography classes, I found an entire section of my mind devoted to artistic beauty and photojournalism that I never thought I even had. In Dr. Tejan's and Dr. Stone's faith and culture class, I, a previously declared atheist, found fascination in all the religions of the world. It is these subjects that I never knew I wanted to learn about that made me into a whole person, not just a programmer. I will miss the 4 years of life I've spent here. It feels like it was just days ago to stay in Mr. Johnson's basement during ISP, the initial awkwardness with others that quickly turned into laughter during our trips down to 7-Eleven. The nights of class challenges that were full of screams as our class lit up the sky with green, then white, then red, then finally blue. I will miss Googling how to tie a tie every Sunday night, sharing interesting YouTube videos with dormmates, speed walking between Gabeline and Memorial, and waking up to a snow day and falling asleep immediately again. These moments have made my time here a time to be cherished, a time like no other. I will miss the dedicated faculty at this school whose care for us has made us feel like family. This is a fact that was made even more evident during the recent crisis. I will always remember Mr. Bacher and Dr. Ratcliffe checking in with the last few of us in Johnston every day. I will miss the occasional surprises during meals. be it Chick-fil-A with Mrs. D's regards written on them, or faculty children's simple words of encouragement in large print. I will miss running, chatting, and sunbathing on the field with the last few seniors on campus. But most importantly, I will miss the school's orderly yet graceful decisions amid this crisis. We students that remain on campus are infinitely grateful for the school's decisions in allowing us to stay. This is a school that devotes itself fully to students in need, and I am thankful for its support during this challenging time. To my fellow underclassmen, make your time here memorable. Find your passion and invest your entire heart into it. Make lifelong friends with the amazing faculty here and let them be absorbed in your dreams as much as you are. Develop the subjects that make you a whole person, even if you don't love them at first. Form great relationships with the talented and wonderful people around you. And I promise, when you leave the Stony Brook School, your experience will be something to smile about in the future. Finally, to the talented class of 2020. Congratulations, we're here. And what's more, all of you have a passion for something I will never scratch the surface of. Filmmaking, visual arts, orchestra, business, philosophy, language, and so on. I'm glad to see you just as obsessed as I am with what you love, and teachers equally devoted to you as Mr. Winston has been to me. And I'm thrilled to see what great things you will accomplish in the future. And as we move on from SBS, let us not forget our time here, but commit it deeply to memory, so that we students, faculty, and all the things we have experienced at the Stony Brook School can live in our minds forever. Thank you.
I have a question for you. What is the meaning of a class in a school full of people? When we come together for a few years only to leave shortly and go our separate ways, what does it mean in the grand scheme of things? Mr. Crane, the Board of Trustees, beloved relatives, friends, and of course family, aka the class of 2020, I would like to posit to you that the meaning of a class, our class, is everything. Picture this. It's a cool evening in late October. The day was warm and now you're in Canis, sipping on tea or ridiculously strong coffee, and working on college applications. I know, this is not the sort of trauma you would like to remember on such a momentous occasion for celebration, but at least for me, the memories of that time are fond. Not because of the late nights or lack of sleep or seemingly endless supply of supplemental essays it contained, but because of the insanely wonderful camaraderie and bonding that happened among our class in that time. I remember feeling beaten down and weary from all the work, but I also remember being lifted up by those around me. It was countless days past 11 p.m., day students still on campus, boarders trying to evade that 11 p.m. check-in. We were slap happy, singing songs and cracking jokes amidst the stress. That was when I really got to know you guys, some of whom I'd seen for years but never spoke too deeply. I remember listening to music with Nick, chatting with Emmy, reviewing personal statements with Martin, and cheering at the top of my lungs with all of you as you click submit. I remember deep conversations and profound words that kept me going when I just wanted to go to sleep. It is true that our class is incredibly intelligent. You can have one quick conversation with any senior to know that, to see their open-mindedness, compassion, and informed outlook of the world. I'm warning you now, there's no way for me to verbally do justice to just how impeccable you all are. Class of 2021, you have a lot to live up to. Good luck. Unlike other classes I've seen throughout my years of SBS, though, this intelligence and level of high achievement did not lend itself to competition. We only became closer and happier for each other. The scene during college application season is just a microcosm of the ways we've built up one another with genuine care. We started the year with Senior Sunrise. For those of you who don't know, it was an event in which we gathered with freezing cold, damp feet and a Costco breakfast feast on the bleachers to watch the sun slip over the horizon on the last first day of school. From those first smiles, blasting music, and swaying our hands wildly in the air, I knew that our class had something special. This continued through 2 class challenge victories, nostalgic Project SBS dances, wild class meetings, rewarding study sessions, insightful meet me halfways, the powerful driven senior retreat prayer, incredible college acceptances, and now even through our daily Zooms. I don't want to merely say that I can't wait to see what great things you do, because you have all already done some pretty darn incredible things. Let me reiterate that the caliber of our class is high. I am already anticipating seeing your names become household all over the world, if they're not already. Maybe colleges will start teaching the philosophies of Bobby and Mackenzie. Maybe Avalon will become one of the world's great leaders. Maybe we'll be cheering on Joe in the MLB. Or maybe you'll do something entirely different. The only given is that it is, and will be, for every single one of you, remarkable. It's more important than ever that we put our skills to good. We are living in unprecedented times. The ways of the world have been interrupted by this pandemic, and it is up to us to use it as an opportunity to utilize our vast skill sets, strong morals, curiosity, and ambition to create positive change. To be sure that what we see as unfit in the world returns to a new normal of justice, empathy, and compassion. Please don't forget the values and lessons you've learned at Stony Brook. Rather, take that character and fly with it. I know you all have what it takes. Though in this time I've seen classes and friendships fall apart, that is not the case with us. In times of crisis, people seem to either fend for themselves and break bonds, or come together in solidarity to create, innovate, and just love each other well. And from my one-on-one conversations with you all, uplifting social media posts, and robust participation in all the school's virtual events, we have done nothing but become closer and achieve this. We now have time to just talk to one another, and that is beautiful. We have risen, as Maya Angelou would say. You have all been such resplendent role models and leaders for the school, an example upon which the entire world should gaze. I cannot help but be proud of you all and be proud to be a part of it. Thank you, faculty, for nurturing and challenging us these past 6 years in our personhood, wisdom, and faith, becoming our mentors and friends. Thank you for making SBS my home. Thank you, parents, for sacrificing so much to support us in all of our endeavors and still choosing to do so when it's hard. And class of 2020, thank you throughout these 6 years for becoming my family. Ben Franklin once said, "Tell me and I'll forget. Show me and I may remember. Involve me and I will understand." You have involved me, class, and I've learned to become a better student, a better person, a better friend. You have made me understand what it means to be these things, how to navigate the world a little better, and to lean on each other as we do. And I will never forget that. From what I've seen, I bet I'm not the only one who's had this experience. I'm going to miss you all so much. If I try to describe how much, I will probably lose it right now, even though sadly I'm merely in front of a camera and not all of your beautiful faces. I will miss seeing those faces every day, just saying hi in the hallway, or sharing your immense talents in TAS, or mock trial, or ethics bowl, or in leadership, or on the field or court, among other places. We are parting from something truly wonderful. I'm going to miss the belly laughs, the fond memories, the feeling of belonging, and the feeling of being loved by you all. So as the sun sets on our senior year, I was hoping to watch it together. Maybe we will in August. But as we view it at different times from numerous cities all over the world, know that the bond that we share will surpass any physical distance. So, we may be known as the Zoomers of 2020, or that class that had to undergo that crazy tragedy. But bring on the call to action. We can handle it. We can thrive, still rising and taking everyone with us. The intelligence and compassion we have shown displays that. We will always be the people who advocate for each other's success, happiness, and pursuit of living well. We will always be the Stony Brook class of 2020, the kids who went through hardships that will make the history books, the kids who persevered, becoming women and men with character, humor, and grace. No matter where we go, whatever we do, we have this triumph together. Please celebrate today. You all deserve it, each and every one of you. You are the smartest, kindest, friendliest, most innovative, compassionate, hilarious, ambitious, artistic, athletic, and all-around lovely people I've ever had the chance to work with and call my friends. You should be honored and proud. So, what is the meaning of a class? To me, and hopefully to all of you, it means everything. Thank you.